So, the Season 8 finale of Chicago Med and everything you need to know about Season 9. So, this is going to be my predictions for Season 9, and it's the actual ending of Season 8. So, let's begin off with the biggest shocker it is. Dr. Halstead left the show on Chicago Med. Now, the reasoning behind Chicago Med's Dr. Halstead, the most iconic character of all time that lasted for 8 seasons, we'll be going over why he left in a few seconds. If you don't know, Dr. Halstead did not like how, how Jack Dayton was handling the hospital, making it an all-profit hospital. So he handed in his letter of resignation, which means he quit his job and gave him a notice. But on top of it, which is a good ending, Dr. Manning and Dr. Halstead are together again, as they actually ended up together after he actually left the show. And it even showed those two coming back together with Dr. Manning's son, Owen. Now, the nice thing about this is the fact that I think that what Dr. Halstead did, which he actually sabotages Jack Dayton's whole OR 2.0, which is a really good thing because, in my opinion, I did not like Jack Dayton at all. And I do like that Dr. Manning and Dr. Halstead, which were meant to be together, are actually finally together once again. It's a great ending, a great, reunite. But anyways, so here we go. We have Dr. Archer isn't doing good. So, Dr. Archer is not doing it in the Season 8 finale. He basically has kidney. He's on dialysis because his kidneys are literally failing and are in a very serious, dangerous spot. Now, one of the endings of it, Dr. Archer was about to pass out during an open surgery, I guess, or he was basically having to, help somebody else out. And he was actually feeling very lightheaded because of his kidney problems. So he basically almost passed out while operating on someone. Moving on, what will Season 9 bring? So let's move on to what Season 9 will bring. Dr. Troy and Dr. April come back. They left, I'd say, mid-Season 8, maybe mid-Season 7, I forgot, but anyways, they basically got married. Of course, these two were shipped. These two were meant to be together, so they got married. They left the show after they got married, which they did such a good thing by making it, actually showing them get married. It was such a lovely ending. Definitely to have, because their two are meant to be together. And then saying they got married without being on camera, that's just not right. It's just not right to do that. So moving on, everybody. I just love that they got back together. It was such a lovely reunion. It was such a great thing to do. It was awesome. Dr. Sexton. So, this is going to be that Dr. Sexton coming back. So, basically, we don't know. Back when Dr. Choi, I'm pretty sure it was back when Dr. Choi was around, Dr. Noah, or Dr. Sexton, he got fired because he did not so great things. So yeah, Dr. Archer will die. That is my prediction for Season 9. A lot of people are going to say good because I hate him. I have to say he ain't that an enjoyable dude. I mean, he ain't too bad. He's not like, what's his name? Dr. something. He's that one that overdosed or something. I forget what his name was. I forget what his name is. I forget it. But anyways, Dr. Archer will die, in my opinion, due to his kidney problems. And Sean, which is his son, Sean, dies in the operating room. Basically, what will happen is he basically will have some complications, and it turns out he has something wrong with his body, and he ends up dying in the operation room. And actually, he died at the exact same time that Dr. Archer dies, which is his dad. They both die at the same time. He dies because his kidneys completely fail, and Dr. Archer goes into sepsis, and Sean, the son, dies in the operation table due to complications while doing the surgery. And basically, those two, I feel like those two just make perfect sense to die. I don't mean to say that, but it is because those two always have that something bad will happen to them one way or another type feeling. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. It's just some people have that feeling and they tend to make that feeling more than usual. So, Dr. Rhodes will come back after 5 whole seasons. Dr. Rhodes left because first his girlfriend, or the girl he liked and she liked back, killed his own dad with an insulin overdose and basically gave him too much insulin and killed him. And just so those two could be together. So Dr. Rhodes also witnessed, Dr. Becker killing herself, slitting her throat, basically bleeding to death. And that's why he left. Those two things, just together, in a couple of weeks, just made him want to quit. And Dr. Reese will come back to save the hospital. We will talk about that later. But Dr. Reese left whenever Dr. Charles said that his dad was a serial killer. Basically, she didn't know that. He was just trying to protect her, which I understand both of their meanings. Like, Dr. Charles should have told her that her dad was a serial killer when he found out. But anyways, another one. Yeah. Okay. Another one. Dr. Lanik dies from heart attack. So Dr. Lanik will die from a heart attack. Robert Haywood, which is Dr. Reese's dad, will come back and try to kill Dr. Charles. Basically, because he's the one that made him end up, being the way he is. Basically, he kept, going to him when he was in the, in the jail, visiting him and talking to him, and, just being a normal Dr. Charles with the whole, thing, mainly the reason why he's in jail is because of Dr. Charles, because he found out about the whole serial killing thing, which got him arrested, and so I feel like this would be a perfect time for him to try to strike revenge on, Dr. Charles. And of course, that's where Dr. Reese comes in with saving Dr. Charles, because those two, end up, reuniting the daughter, Dr. Reese and Robert, and they figure out that he wants to kill Dr. Charles, and she doesn't like that, so then she tries to go save him in the hospital, because he also threatens the hospital. So it all makes perfect sense that season 9 would be a chaotic season if that happens. Hold on. Chicago Med, new characters, possibly. So, this is The Rock, replaces Dr. Halstead by leaving. So, of course, we do have people that replaced the Dr. Manning, because she left in season 7, season 6, because she basically I think she also got fired, if I'm not mistaken, because she could be a little bit hot-headed at times, saying everyone that gets abused, but it never turns out that way most time. Dylan Minty replaces Dr. Archer in the new season. So thank you for watching today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is not all real stuff. The first 2 minutes of it was real, but this was not, okay? These are my predictions. When I say season 9, those are my predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.